Hello guys, and welcome to another map first impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at GreenRiver 2017 version 2.0.0.2 from NLD Farmers. And you can download this map from nld-farmers.nl or maru.net, and I will have a link in the description below. Let me read you what NLD Farmers has up on their website. Due to the success of the GreenRiver map for Farming Simulator 15, thanks to all of you, Bart decided to bring the map to Farming Simulator 17. In the GreenRiver map, you can decide what you want to do. You can take care of animals, be an agricultural farmer, or you can just go out and do forestry. So we're going to go around and see several things on this map. The mod authors do recommend chopped straw in the Cote Universal Pack because this map does include the stop milk sale and does have tip points for or triggers for picking up milk and selling your milk. So let's take a jump on in and take a look at the map. So as we do with other first impression videos, we're going to pick our John Deere Gator to drive around in. Let's pull up the log, take a look. So we see we have compost as an additional register tip and whole grain. Okay. So we have a clean log. Alright, let's take a look at the map. So we have 35 fields on this map, and we own fields 18 and 27. Here is our animal farm, and should we not want to do animals, this area here is our arable only kind of industrial complex farm. Our actual farm silo is up here around this area. There is another farm silo down here, which I will show you, but the crops you start out with, if you play on something other than hard mode, the crops will be up here in this particular silo. So we start with all of the standard crop types. Again, I play this, I do these first impression videos on hard mode, so we start with 0 crops. Now, something that I noticed, there doesn't appear to be a buy point for compost, and this is whole grain. I think that's what whole grain is. I think this is compost. So I'm not really sure what the gist is with that, if that's an error or if we're supposed to use compost in some other way. So the equipment we start out with does have some age to it and is rather costly for nightly maintenance. So let's go ahead and load up some money so we can buy some animals as we go around. Okay. So we start the map with no animals, nothing in the various feed troughs, etc. We have a silo capacity of 1 million liters. Alright, let's take a look at our equipment. Help if I would click the wrong button. Alright, we start with 3 tractors from 125 to 145 horsepower. We have the Case IH 1660 harvester with a grain header. We have a small dolly trailer for our tipper, and a small cultivator, our good old standard planter, Great Plains that everyone just ditches right away. We have our handy dandy pick 'em up truck and 2 power washers. Alright, let's oh, what am I doing? Alright, let's take a look at where our reset point is. So our reset point is on the cow farm, sheep farm area. So that is where we started. So this is our start point. We start here at our nice little house. We have our pickup truck parked here in the driveway. I've already been in this map and take a look around, and I went ahead and fast forwarded, and this whole map is very well lit at night. It's a very beautiful night map. I actually somewhat thought about doing this impressions video starting at night so you all could see how it was lit up. So here we are, and you'll see these posters all throughout the map. So there's clearly no doubt as to who the map authors are. All of our building doors work. Here we have an empty shed. So here's some of our starting equipment over here. There's another one of our tractors. So here's our last tractor and our tipper. Okay. So this particular door I have to hold the mouse button down for. The roll-up doors on those buildings I just clicked and kind of moved on. Okay, so we have a slightly different type of storage building here than we're used to seeing. This is our milk pickup point. So this is our cow barn. This is where we would roll up our trailer to get our milk. Right here is our cow shed. This is where we would feed. Okay. This is where we will buy our cows. Okay. So let's here we have fill points for seed, fertilizer. There's our reset point right there. This is our water. So the blue silos there are water. This is our washing bay. Okay. Here we have two of our silage bunkers for our cattle. The nice large three-sided bunkers. We have a fuel point. And when I first jumped in this map, I really wasn't sure what this is. So I went and cheated in some cattle, cheated in some other things. And this is your pad for your solid manure. So your solid manure will spawn there. There's your liquid slurry for your cattle. Alright, here's your moo cows. We have our water trough here. Our feed trough, our secondary feed trough should be in here somewhere. Anybody see it? Oh, here it is, over here. Okay. And then right across this way we have our sheep. We have our feed there. I'll come back to that. We have our water inside. And then this is where our wool pallets spawn. So when I first saw this, I was like, oh, this is some type of conveyor. But it is not. It is just a pad where our wool pallets spawn. I assume this may light up red when it's full. So we've got free-range chickens around the farm. I will show you in a little bit where the chicken eggs spawn, because I found that out after I fast-forwarded time. So this is a secondary silo, and this is a mod that you could actually get and put on your map. You would open up your gates, so you would tip into here, but you can't. You would tip out, basically here also, but you can't just roll in with a tipper and hit R and select your product. You've got to roll in with your tipper, get out of the tractor. You've got to come over here and turn on the silo system. Okay, and here you can see you have a digital display as to what would be in the silo system. And then if you had a tipper there, you would then get the R button to fill the trailer, and then you would get your standard dialog box that pops up to basically say pick your crop. But that is not where your crops will be if you start the map on normal or easy mode. So your chickens will spawn their eggs right there. Okay, so you've got this thing which looks like a silo, but it's just decoration, and right here is where your eggs will spawn. So you don't have to go running around all over the place trying to find your eggs. So that's basically the cattle area. Alright, let's go out here. The map is really laid out into two sections with a river splitting it. So let's explore the left half of the map before we explore the right half of the map. Alright, so let's come down here. We do have traffic on this map. And none of the hedges have collisions, it appears, so you'll be able to drive through the hedges, or more like your hired helpers will be able to drive through the hedges. So there are missions on this map. This particular field is 9.39 hectares, $760,000. Looks like it's one of the bigger fields on the map. Let's go ahead and take this road down and around. Sorry guys, I've got some allergy issues, so if I mute my mic from time to time, it's just so you all don't hear me coughing like the dickens. So something that I noticed when I was doing my first drive around this map is if you look at the PDA down there, the little preview screen, for example, here in field 33, there looks like there used to be power lines that ran across the field, because if you look, I'm driving toward what looks like a let's get something that's dark. So you see it looks like I'm driving towards something like a grass spot, but as we drive, clearly there's no grass spot here. So it looks like that was removed from this version, or this edit of the map. So that's just something I noticed. I just wanted to point it out. Then these bollards, they do have collisions on them. So it's like that isn't a road. It's like it's a pedestrian path or something. Oh look, right there it says probably this isn't a road. I can't read that particular language, but there you go. So in here we have our sell point for wool right here. So our wool sell point is right there. Our chicken sell point, our egg sell point is right over there. And then around back we have a dump point for grain. Nice big access here to make big turns for large trailers, so that's very nice. Alright, let's Let's go on up here to the milk cell point. Field 31 is a rather interesting shape, as is field 29. So as the description on the NLD Farmers website said, this was a Farming Simulator 15 map. Interesting to know, those of you that played Farming Simulator 15, did you play this map? If so, did you like it? There will be a poll up in the top right corner. Go ahead and click on that, and it'll be interesting to know. So this is your milk cell point. You just roll up here with your trailer. If your trailer has one of those cool little hose features, it should probably hook up there, and you can sell your milk. Let's roll on up here. We have field 14 off to our left. It's a large rectangular long field. When I was looking, it looked like you could maybe merge fields 1, 2, and 3. We'll take a look at that. So if you want bigger fields, you could possibly merge those 3 together. So here we have a completely different structure used for an animal buy point. It's just a big, large, kind of a L-shaped 2-story brick structure. And right here is your animal point, so you would pull up your trailers if you wanted to buy your animals and pick them up. We have a large radio tower here. So you see fields 1, 2, and 3 here. This road, that's not really a road, kind of loops around those. And as we'll see when we get to the space between fields 1 and 2, there's just a few trees through there that you could easily take out and then possibly plow that strip of grass. So here's the strip. So we've got a few trees here that we could take out and then plow this all up and join some fields together. This is 7.6 hectares. You'll see this map has custom icons. So just want to see what these other two are to get a kind of a frame of how big you could possibly make fields 1, 2, and 3 if you merged them. This is 7.8 hectares. So you won't be able to merge field 4 with 1, 2, and 3 because there is this road between them. So 5.4, so that was what? Was it 2 7s or was it a 9, a 7, and a 5? You know, I completely forgot the size of field 1 about 10 seconds after I got back in the gator. I'm so awful with that. So field 12, which is a grass field, has a little mound and some trees in the middle. Kind of an interesting, unique deal there. So we're going down here to this area that's across from field 13. It's not marked on the map with anything particular, but that's where your compost master is. And again, it doesn't look like you can sell the compost, and it doesn't really look like anything takes the compost, so I'm not really sure why it's here. This is a buy point, I believe, for manure and slurry. And then here's your compost master. And of course, if you're not familiar with the compost master, you put organic material in here, and basically here you go. Oops. So organic material can include potatoes, sugar beet, chaff, silage, grass, hay, straw, wood chips, manure, and compost itself. So you can kind of just make compost from compost. So you would drop in fuel here, diesel fuel, and then your compost would pile up over here. But again, I don't see the use for compost because I haven't found what takes compost on this map. It's almost like it was just added, but there's nothing added to make use of it. So let's swing over here and check out our BGA area. And then the area right below it is a residential district, right below the BGA. So we'll swing through there as we make our way down to Blacker Hall, which is another sell point. Now I've seen on some maps where the BGA will take compost, so it's possible that will work. But on the prices screen, the BGA didn't have anything for compost as to the price you would buy it from. So I'm not really sure what's the deal with that. So here's our BGA. We've got we got 4 big 3-sided bunkers. We've got kind of a different Silo King. We've got a Flegel BGA digester here. Here's where we would pick up our digestate. Okay. And then we have over here fill points for seed and fertilizer. We've got some nice storage sheds for your BGA equipment, or if you wish to simply put some farming equipment over here for some fields that you may own. All of these doors open. Except that one. Okay. Then we have a fuel point right there. So if you do cut through the residential area, be sure to watch out for these speed bumps. I don't know if you can hear the nice birds chirping in here. And we have a nice little playground area and water here in the middle of our residential area. Tree in the middle of this little island. So this is a new, I haven't seen this playground before. And we're not going to be playing on our teeter-totter. It doesn't seem to teeter. Alright, we're just going to run down here Blacker Hall. And then we'll run across the river to the other side where we have our pigs. We have the commercial farm for just arable crops. We have our shop. We have some sell points, and we have a silo, or not silo. Sorry, we have a sawmill. So here's our sell tip point. So there's some official bridges. There's our cow and sheep farm. Oh, did we not buy sheep? I'd hate to think that we forgot to buy our sheep. Our sheep buy point is in here, inside this gate. There we have our sheep. Alright, now we can go back. Play leap sheep. So as I was saying, there are some official bridges across the map that are paved roads, and then there are some dirt wooden bridges, kind of to give you some cheat to get around. So here's our shop. Okay. So I think this is a standard shop from FS 15. And then over here we have our vehicle shop. This is our customization cell bay. So you would roll in here, park your stuff, and then hit your trigger. Okay. Let's just see if there's a trigger outside of this. Alright, there really isn't. So if you're selling something that's big, you're going to have to try to get at least portion of the item in there. Alright, so coming up on our right, this is our sawmill. And this will make board pallets, so it is a functional sawmill, not just a sell point. So this is basically the Maru sawmill. If you don't know how that works, you would put fuel here, which is either wood chips, straw, or wool. Wood chips are produced here. It's handy that these two are close together, because you could just bring a bucket in here and scoop out of this one and dump straight into there. I suppose you can maybe work up a conveyor that just auto does that. So fuel and logs, wood chips, and board pallets. Your logs will be placed over here. Okay. And your board pallets should come out right here, I believe. Yeah, they'll spawn right there, and that's where you'll come in and pick them up. So this whole area, let me get to a high contrast there. This whole area, the bottom right of the map, that is all logging. Okay, so we're not really going to drive through there. It's you see one wooded area, and you've pretty much seen other wooded areas. We'll just dump in here because we do see a little sign that says no walking, no horseback riding, this is danger. I'm sure that's what that says. Okay. So what do y'all think of this map? Do you like the map? Let me know in the comments. There we have like a water gate, kind of to slow down the flow of water. Got some nice water sounds there. So let me know in the comments if you like this map. What do you think of it? Have you played this map on 15 or played it on 17? Let me know what you think. So off to our right, that's the edge of the map there. We have another forestry section here to the left. We have a big field 9. So looks like we have 4 or 5 grass fields from the start. We don't own any grass fields from the start, but field 26 wraps around the cow pasture, so that would be probably the first grass fields that you'd want to buy. Alright, we're coming up here on our hay, straw, and grass sell point, as well as a sell point for other grains. So you have a tip point here that you would back into to sell grain. And then here is your hay, straw, and grass buy point. Alright, we're coming up on our pig farm. Here we have a water fountain. So if you see these concrete structures with the little red pole there, you should be able to draw water out of those. Just looking at that house over there. Alright, we're just gonna what are we? We're just gonna duck in here real fast. Alright, this is a buy point for logs. So here we can sell logs, we can sell our board pallets, and we can sell our wood chips right here. Okay. And on the map, that's called All Green Energy. So this is our pig area. And this particular area has an interesting piece of equipment. So again, we have our pad here for our solid manure. We have our tap for liquid slurry. And you've probably seen this and you're like, what is that? That's interesting. This is the pig food star. This will make pig food. You need potatoes, whole grain, and water. So you may think to yourself, well, whole grain, what's that? Is that wheat? Is that barley? What is that? Well, it's not wheat. It's not barley. It's whole grain. So how do you get whole grain? Well, you can buy pallets of whole grain right here. It's 2,000 liters. So you'd put these in your pig food star with your potatoes and your water. You would tap your water into there, and your potatoes would go up top. I think there might be a tip for potatoes. So you may just be able to dump potatoes on the ground here. And this is where you would get your pig food. Well, up on Maru.net, there is a companion mod that you can get for the pig food star, and that's called the Grain Master. And the Grain Master will actually let you make whole grain with the use of wheat or barley or corn. And I think you also put water in there, and you get these little bags of whole grain that you could then bring over here to the pig food star and use as your whole grain instead of buying pallets. So the Grain Master is not on this map. The only thing that is on this map is the pig food star. So if you want to use that, you will need potatoes, water, and whole grain pallets from the store. Alright, so this is our... Let's close this gate. Okay, we bought our pigs. So this is where we will feed our pigs. So there is a trigger here. You'll see the trigger right there for feeding our pigs in here. I believe there's also a feed trough out here. Right here. And then the water trough is way over here. Leap pig. Okay, so there's our water. So that's the pig area. Oh, come on. So we have over here a nice little playground area of the map. Doesn't really serve much purpose other than just being a nice little playground. So now we're coming up to, on our left, the agriculture buildings. This would be if you're just interested in doing arable farming. And this is where your main farm silo is. Alright, so here we have refill points for straw, or not straw, seed and fertilizer. A nice storage shed. As you can see, some additional storage sheds over there. This is where our harvester and our header are parked. And we have another customization bay here. So this structure is our farm silo. Okay. So we go in here, let's open up our gates, our doors, tip in, tip out, right here. Yeah, there's our fuel point. Here we have water. We have another wash bay. Here we have a power food mixer. So silage, straw, grass or hay, power food. Okay. Straw, grass, hay, silage, and our output is basically power food. Right? Now, I have to say, there's a button here, and I don't know what it does. I click it, it doesn't seem to do anything. I don't hear any machinery start on or off. So I've looked at the lights. I don't really know what that does. So if anybody knows what that does, please leave a comment. So these are interesting doors. They kind of have a squeak sound to them. Let's listen. I don't know if you can hear that. It's very faint in my headphones. So this is kind of a storage shed. All of these lights come on at 9 p.m. and go off at 5 a.m. So here we have, these have collisions on them. So you could tip product into here if you wished, or you could just use that to store your equipment. Alright, so that's kind of the arable farm. If you didn't want to use animals, you could just kind of move all your equipment over here. All right, let's see what else we got. We've got that barn. No, we already hit that. We hit the energy. We hit pretty much hit everything. So let's just roll over here, kind of get out of our way, and we'll just close out. So guys, I appreciate you coming and joining me for another map first impressions video. I want to thank all of my subscribers. I've had quite a few subscribers come on in the last few days, and I want to say that I'm very grateful and thankful for all of you, because without you all, I wouldn't have really much motivation to make these videos. I also want to give a shout out to the PCSG network at pcsg.uk, and also to the Three Dudes Gaming Network at 3dudes.com. Both of the links to those sites are in my description below, and there are several Three Dudes gamer members that have YouTube channels. There are links to those channels in the website, or in the description below. If you have an opportunity, I encourage you all to go check them out. They do some pretty awesome work. And until next time, happy farming, y'all.